So let's discuss ions and molecules one at a time. The main idea here is that atoms can lose, gain, or share electrons. So let's talk about ions. When a neutron atom gains or loses one or more electrons, it becomes an electrically charged particle called ions. Metals tends to lose electrons and become positively charged, called cations. Non-metals, on the other hand, gain electrons and become negatively charged, called anions. The number of electrons lost or gained is the charge number. An ion that consists of only one atom is referred to as a monoatomic ion. Examples are sodium with positive 1 charge, meaning to say sodium is capable of donating or losing 1 electron. We also have magnesium with positive 2 charge, which means that magnesium is capable of donating or losing 2 electrons. We also have iron with a positive 3 charge, meaning to say iron is capable of donating or losing 3 electrons. We also have sulfur with negative 2 charge. This anion is capable of accepting or gaining 2 electrons. And we have chlorine ion with a negative 1 charge, meaning to say chlorine is capable of accepting or gaining 1 electron. Different atoms can also combine and form polyatomic ions. Polyatomic ions are also called as radicals. These are group of atoms having only one charge. Examples are ammonium with positive 1 charge, hydronium with positive 1 charge, permanganate with negative 1 charge, phosphate with negative 3 charge, bicarbonate with negative 1 charge, and thiocyanate with negative 1 charge. You can see other examples of polyatomic ions or radicals in your periodic table. It is usually written at the bottom portion of your periodic table, labeled as charges and ions. Elements that belong to group 1A or the alkaline metals of the periodic table can give off 1 electron only, while those in group 2A or the alkaline earth metals can lose 2 electrons. Thus, alkaline metals produce ions with positive 1 charge, while alkaline earth metals produce positive 2 ions. The ions are named simply as the name of the metal. Examples: under group 1A, we have sodium with a positive 1 charge. We have K positive 1 or potassium. Under group 2A, we have examples like magnesium with a positive 2 charge and calcium with a positive 2 charge. Transition metals or metals under B groups or belong to B block in the periodic table vary in the number of electrons they tend to lose, resulting in a variety of electrical charges of their ions. As such, a systematic method of naming is applied, and one of which is through classical method of naming. In classical method of naming, lower charge ends with OUS, while higher charge ends with IC. These suffixes are attached to the first few syllables of the foreign name. Another way to name transition metals is through stock method of naming. In the stock method of naming, Roman numeral indicating the charge is written in a parenthesis after the English name of the metal. Let us have examples on how metals with more than one ions are named. Listed on the left side are pair of ions with their corresponding charges. The first pair are ions of gold. We have gold positive 1 and gold positive 3. The question is, how are we going to name the first ion of gold using the stock method of naming? Well, it's very simple. We simply get the whole name of that ion followed by a Roman numeral indicating its charge written in the parentheses. Therefore, it will be written as gold 1. How about its classical name? As you can see, the first ion of gold bears the lower charge, which is positive 1. Therefore, suffix OUS must be added to the first few syllables of the Latin name of gold. And the Latin name of gold is aurum. Therefore, the classical name of the first ion of gold, which is gold positive 1, would be aurus. How about the second ion of gold, gold positive 3? What would be its stock name? If you said gold 3, then you're right. Very good. It must be gold 3. How about its classical name? Since gold positive 3 bears the higher charge, therefore, we use the suffix IC added to the first few syllables of its Latin name, which is aurum. Therefore, the classical name of gold positive 3 is auric. Now, let's have the second pair. We have iron positive 2 and iron positive 3. What would be the name of iron positive 2 using stock method of naming? If you said iron 2, then you are definitely correct. It's iron 2. How about its classical name? Since iron 2 bears the lower charge, therefore, we simply add the suffix OUS to the first syllables of the Latin name of iron. And the Latin name of iron is ferrum. Therefore, its classical name would be ferrous. How about iron positive 3? What would be its stock name? Yes, it must be iron 3. How about its classical name? If you said ferric, then you are definitely correct. Now, let's move on to the last pair of ions. We have ions of tin. We have tin positive 2 and tin positive 4. The stock name of tin positive 2 must be tin 2. And what would be its classical name? Since tin bears the lower charge, therefore, we're going to use suffix OUS. But the question is, what is the Latin name of tin? The Latin name of tin is stannum. So therefore, the classical name of tin would be stannus. How about the ion of tin bearing the higher charge? The stock name would be tin 4. And its classical name is stannic.